hey, and welcome to IMO, in my opinion, with J&M. Jonathan, how are you doing today, buddy?
Good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, turn on my mic. How about that?
My bad. My bad.
So we're Latinx now. What the fuck is a Latinx? It sounds like a subset of X-Men.
I think it was just added to broaden the concept, I guess.
Fucking Caribbean mutants and shit.
Whatever.
No.
Good try, though. Good try. Before we get started, because I was reading that I should probably do this before the show and not after the show. Everyone who's watching the show, like, comment, and subscribe. A lot of my viewers are not subscribed because I can check all that stuff. So please subscribe to our channel because we definitely need the subscriptions, or not subscriptions, the subscribers, because one day we would love to make some money off of this. But if you like what you see, subscribe, comment. That gives us ideas on what you guys want to see, what you guys want us to talk about, you guys would like to see on, if you want to see more women, more men, whatever you guys would like. We're open to suggestions. Today we have a guest, Danny. He's an actor, also a professional wrestler. That's amazing.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Yourself?
I'm all right. How was your day today?
My day was not too bad, actually. Work. After work, hit the gym, stopped by at wrestling practice a little bit, and then came here.
I wish I could say I hit the gym, but I did not. Jonathan, did you hit the gym today?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're faithful, right?
No wrestling practice though.
No wrestling. You look like you should be a wrestler.
Really?
You got a body fit. I mean, you got a body like
What happened when we tried to film? Could I keep a straight face? No,
but I mean, you get used
that's
to,
kind of important.
Maybe that could be your gimmick.
If I were to wrestle, I would need a whole body suit leotard thing.
I think you should wear the leotard.
I need a mask for sure.
That's fine.
Definitely a mask.
That's fine.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
Because I'm ugly and I can't keep a straight face.
See, nobody said that, but okay, you want to say it? Go ahead, say it. I think you would. I think you would be pretty good at it. I mean, you got the body for it. I mean, obviously, you're not chiseled.
No,
like Lex Luger or anything.
Nobody is not.
But I mean, you could be like Big Bad Vader or something.
No,
God damn, Vader.
Vader was just, he was just.
Why don't you just say fucking?
Yeah, he was just
big
Bastion Booger or fucking King Kong.
King Kong Bundy.
Fuck.
So you're a professional wrestler. Let's start there. That's an interesting field. I think we talked about wrestling a couple times in a couple past episodes on how we all dream about being wrestlers, but we never get a chance to do it. And here you are. You actually get to do it. So how'd you start?
I was the same way. Dreamt about becoming a wrestler. Watched it since I was a kid. And I would go to independent shows around the area. And they had a fantasy camp one day. And I went to check it out because I wanted to see what it was like to take the bumps in the ring. And instantly I fell in love with it. And 12, 13 years later.
How old were you when you went there?
I was about 20. I was about 21, 22 when I went there, but then I started when I was 24.
And how old are you now?
I'm 36. I'll be 37 in August.
Okay. So you went professional at what age?
24.
24?
Yeah.
And you're just doing indies right now? Or?
Yeah, indies.
And how's that? Okay, so do you meet somebody there? Or, I mean, you went to a tryout thing, but how did you find out about the tryout?
Well, no,
because I've never seen anything.
It wasn't
publicized
or
something like that.
Not here.
Yeah.
It was
Chicago's pretty big with wrestling.
Yeah,
to be honest, there's a couple places that are actually known for being professional wrestling institutions or whatever. Right. So I mean, where did you hear about it? Or
the Fed I used actually the promotion I wrestle for now. That's the same one that I would go watch all the time. Okay. And they announced that they were having a fantasy camp, so that's where I got the information and I went and did the fantasy camp for a day and got the shit kicked out of me and loved it.
So what they make you do? Because I had a cousin in Puerto Rico. So wrestling's really big in Puerto Rico. He wrestled for a little while before he blew out his knee, and that was kind of the end of that. Mm-hmm. He would I went one time and he went to his practice ring and all that, and he was running the ropes like he looked like a pro. I'm over here just pretending I'm The Rock and shit.
Right.
So what did they make you do? What was the process?
The process was first was teaching us how to take a fall, how to take a bump.
How to take a bump. It's funny. I know some of this terminology because I watch a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. Okay.
That's what it was. They taught us how to take a bump. They taught us how to run the ropes. Okay. And then to take a few moves, and that was pretty much it. But it sounds like it's just very minimal, but there's a lot into taking a move. There's a lot into taking even a bump by itself.
Of course.
I mean,
I'm assuming I'm assuming the danger, it's more of the danger for me.
Exactly.
I mean, the danger of hurting someone. I mean, it's a 50-50 thing. It's like a dance, right? I mean, it's a dance.
Yeah. I mean,
and
you're going to get hurt. Yeah.
No, that's the nature of that beast, right?
I've gotten hurt plenty of times.
I mean, I think when people say, wrestling is fake, I mean, wrestling's not, okay, the stories are fake. The winners are fake. They're set up and whatever. But the action, the bumps, the physicality of it, it's real. I mean, think about it. How many wrestlers have really hurt themselves and never came back?
Exactly.
Or struggling because of certain situations? How many had brain problems or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, now it's not as much, but obviously they don't land on their head as much either.
Right. Yeah. Even you got wrestlers that are paralyzed. You got wrestlers, like you said, brain damage with all the concussions. Now they take, their protocols is a lot stronger now. Now they got protocols as far as no more chair shots to the head. Well, at least WWE does. No more chair shots to the head.
Oh, he's mad about that. He loved them chair shots. He's all pissed off that they skipped that part.
You know what?
Thing.
But man, if you see back then, a lot of those guys just took it straight to the head. They didn't even protect themselves.
It was like a badge of honor, right?
Yeah. Fuck that.
I think I heard Chris Jericho say something about that in one of I think it was in Chris Benoit's Dark Side of the Ring thingy.
Mm-hmm.
He was like that. Like you had to almost take one for you to be considered
a
legit wrestler. Like you had to take a chair shot, and
right.
it was almost like you couldn't go. You had to do it unprotected and all that. I mean, to think about that now is kind of crazy, but
right.
I mean, that's what it was at the time. I think that's why wrestling nowadays is kind of. And I'm not talking about indies. I'm talking more like the WWE. It's so watered down now.
Very.
It's almost unwatchable.
Because now they base the audience also a lot on children, so that's why they do no more chair shots to the head, no more bleeding.
Little kids like John, we're trying to do that, right?
Yeah.
You ever hit somebody with a chair, John? Did you think about it? Try it.
I hit somebody with a tombstone. And I thought I knocked him out.
Oh, Manolo, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
God.
Sorry, guys.
Oh man.
Hey, but it's common. You're a kid. You watch wrestling. You want to try the moves. I've hurt my brothers when I was little.
Apparently, we didn't listen to the "Don't try this at home" thing at the beginning of the show back in the WWF Attitude Era.
I don't think nobody did.
Oh man, but I remember one time as a kid, I used to wrestle in like my mom's bed, and then like I remember one year my mom bought this bed that was like, it had a headboard and a footboard, and it was kind of elevated. You know what I'm saying? And it was made out of wood. So I used to jump off this desk and like do swanton bombs into the bed. So one day I do this like swanton bomb and I break the fucking frame of the bed, right? And I'm just shitty breaks, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? So what I ended up doing was I grabbed a bunch of books and I propped it up. And I don't think my mom noticed until we moved out of that house. That there was because they had like a skirt, like this bed had a skirt, so they didn't even notice until like fucking we moved out. Like, what the hell happened here? I'm like, oh yeah, that was.
You're
like
lucky
10
I
years
wasn't
ago.
your brother, because I would have finked on you so fucking fast.
God,
At least blackmailed them, right?
Yeah.
but that was fun, man. Those were that was when wrestling was fun. Like it was exciting to watch. Not nowadays. I'll try to sit down and watch a little bit here and there whenever I catch it. It's just so watered down.
It's so fucking. Dude, I can't even watch WWE anymore, man. I can't. It's so hard.
I'd rather watch AEW.
Yeah, I mean,
AEW is a little more exciting.
Yeah, they're a lot more edgier. Like you said, WWE, they're just so like they're like so watered down, too scripted to the point where like, okay, that's a little.
You can kind of tell what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, you already know. Like it's always the same stories nowadays too. I feel like they've let go so many people because like I watched this YouTuber. It's like Wrestle Talk, I think it's called, or whatever. And they always talk about, they recap the shows or whatever. And I find it interesting because I like to hear who did something stupid or who got hurt or whatever. And he has a good point. He says, like, the WWE is just recycling the same fucking stories with the same characters. Like Charlotte and whoever she's fighting have fought like 12 times in the last month.
Yep.
Like, what's the point of this already? Like, can we switch it up a little?
No up and comers or what?
No,
the fuck?
dude, they got a shitload of roster sitting just chilling in the back in the locker room eating fucking catering.
And they got a whole NXT section that's supposed to be their up and coming, but none of them ever make it anywhere. And on the opposite, they take some of the main cast and put them over there, like they did with fucking Finn Balor, who I thought Finn Balor was really good. And he's in NXT. I'm like, why is he in NXT? He should be on the main card.
But if you think about it, NXT, Triple H runs NXT. And he's the one doing the storylines and
it's a little bit better because
Yeah,
NXT is actually probably the most popular show in the WWF brand.
Then when they call him up and they bring him to Raw or SmackDown, now you got Vince McMahon running the show, and he's just
Vince McMahon
he's
needs
out
to
of touch.
let that go.
An old man.
He needs to let it go.
So then when they bring these guys from NXT, they're thinking they're going about to be they're about to be the next big thing, and in WWE, they water them down
like they did with they had a guy from NXT up there not too long ago, a big dude, dark skinned. Keith or something like that.
Lee.
Yeah, like supposedly he hasn't been on screen for like months.
No one knows what's going on.
And they had pulled him up. They had pulled him up to give him a push, and it never went nowhere. And then they have him in the back just doing nothing. He's actually kind of getting upset about it and posting about it. Like, what the fuck? You know, and it's a common thing. It's always been a common thing with a lot of these wrestlers. Like, the same thing with the women. Like, at one point, I used to watch WWF just because the women wrestling was so good. Right? It was so diverse, and there was a lot of characters.
Back in the day, like in the Attitude Era, there was really no women wrestling.
No, they were just models. They were fucking supermodels. We just watched it because we wanted to see them walk around.
And all, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays, actually women are out there busting their ass.
And they're actually,
they're
having
pretty good. Great matches.
Yeah, they're actually really, really good.
You know, a lot of the women wrestlers, like a lot of their matches are better than guys' matches.
I agree 100%. So it was exciting when Ronda was there for a little while, because Ronda kind of threw that monkey wrench in there, because even though she was green as hell, right? She didn't look smooth at all. I saw her wrestle live in a Raw. Yeah, she's not smooth, but I mean, she brought attention, you know, because she was a legitimate fighter. Obviously, it's fake, but I mean, she's not gonna punch somebody for real. But it made it interesting. It was between her and the Bellas and what the hell? With Charlotte Flair and
Becky Lynch and
and all those, all those. It was fun to watch. Even when Alexa was still regular Alexa, not this new one. It was all interesting with the girls. You know, they're probably more interesting than the guys at the time. But the guys, I don't know what's up with the guys.
You like it than back then, better than back then, with like Tori Wilson.
They weren't wrestlers, though.
Keebler.
They weren't wrestlers, though.
Yeah,
they were
but it's
supermodels.
still more interesting.
Why? Because they were half-ass naked?
Didn't I come to your house one time and you were in the bathroom and Stacy Keebler was paused on the TV bending over?
No.
Yeah, I could have sworn.
No. No. That's not true. I think they were useful at the time, because a lot of times, mind you, when the women first got into the wrestling biz that I remember as in the golden era, right? Like with Macho Man or Hulk Hogan or whoever, they were basically valets anyway. Right. You know, they weren't in ring talent anyway. They were just valets. When
Luna Vachon, so hot.
Yeah, she was a good wrestler.
Was she?
I love their character.
Yeah.
I thought she was a nut job for real.
I think it was kind of crazy when they started putting the women to actually wrestle, because they were not wrestlers, right? None of them. Even like Sable, who was probably the most in the ring. China was probably the most, wrestler type. At the time, maybe Jacqueline too. Yeah, Jacqueline was built pretty well.
Yeah, Jacqueline. Even remember Ivory?
Yes,
Ivory also.
She was built pretty good.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other ones like Stacy, Tori, Trish Stratus, even though how popular Trish Stratus was,
Lita was good.
But she came up in the Indies in Mexico or whatever, So she was legitimately a wrestler, because I remember when she came in, she was like the Valley Rios or whatever, and then she started going with the Hardys, and then that whole thing went to shit with Matt and Edge, and that was pretty cool. That was fun. That actually kind of felt kind of real, because like everybody knew about it,
right?
Because that was when all this shit started coming out on the internet,
right?
I think that's what ruined wrestling in a way.
Because
before that, you really didn't know that these guys were all friends or whatever in the back or whatever. You really thought they didn't like each other.
Right. Once the internet came, you started seeing pictures of backstage, them hanging out after the matches.
Yeah, it kind of took away the whole
lure.
Lure of it. Because I remember when The Rock and Stone Cold were real hot, right? And I'm like, man, these two, they must be fighting right behind when they come in or whatever. Right. Like, do they have them separated? They're fucking boys. They're drinking beers before the fucking ring.
They don't have feuds like that anymore, man. They don't. Look at the feud with
they don't have characters like that either.
Look at the feud with Rock and Austin, or even Austin and Vince McMahon when they had their long ass feud, you know. And look at Triple H and Undertaker. It's like they don't have
Undertaker in general, just his whole career.
Undertaker and Shawn Michaels,
he has countless of them,
dude. Like they don't make it like that anymore. They don't.
And I wonder what the problem is. Right? Is it story? Is it them? I will say one thing, mind you, and I've watched a lot of like Stone Cold's podcast and all that. And it's interesting to listen to them because they explain their side. Mind you, that's a different time, right? The Attitude Era versus what we're in now. I think it had to do with contracts, because think about it. Stone Cold said, I keep calling him Stone Cold. Steve Austin said it. He was like, we used to bust our ass to make money, right? Because it wasn't no guaranteed contracts. You got paid depending on how many asses were in the seats, how many T-shirts you sold, blah 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 blah. Nowadays, it's not like that. They got guaranteed contracts. For at least the majority of the roster has a guaranteed contract. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if 5 people go to watch the show. Right. You're going to get paid regardless. So what's the incentive for you to work harder?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that also had an effect. I mean, I know there's some that really work, really, you know, they want to be the best. I think Rollins was probably in it at one point. Like he really wanted to stand out. I think Balor wanted to stand out at one point. But I think a lot of them probably get in that era where I'm like, you know, I'm getting paid. I don't care. Why do I need to really?
But I also think it's one, the writing, because you figure you got writers that don't know shit about wrestling. They're just writers.
Sure.
You know,
they just hired somebody like that too.
That's it. They don't have any wrestling experience. They don't know the business. They don't know shit about the business. They're just writing the story.
And then WWE fires the people that they have that actually know the business. So like they had Paul Heyman writing for a little while. They took him out. And they put him and then they had Eric Bischoff for a while. And they take him out too.
But how good can you be though when you got to keep it PG fucking 13?
That's and that's what it is.
That's the challenge.
Once they went to that PG era, and that's when they started just watering everything.
I mean, you're watching Sesame Street for ideas. Like, what the fuck?
It's better than in the 90s in the Attitude Era. Freaking what was the guy that was writing for them? That nobody liked him.
Vince Russo.
Vince Russo was saying he was watching Jerry Springer in the back and then figuring out trying to put Jerry Springer into wrestling. And it sold, but it sold.
Right.
It actually sold. I mean, think about it. It actually sold a lot of money.
Right.
You know. Okay, so back to you because we start talking about professional wrestling.
We can talk about it all day.
Okay, so
go down that laundry list of people you've wrestled with.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, because you told us a little bit about it. So let's see who else. Let everyone know who you've wrestled, who you've been in the ring with. Who you've worked with?
Yeah, I've been in the ring one-on-one with Chavo Guerrero. I've been in the ring with Rhino from ECW. Been in the ring with the Honky Tonk Man. But I've shared locker rooms with a bunch of other guys like DX. Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, X-Pac. Who else? Man, there's so many that I've seen.
You already got me like starstruck already.
Yeah.
You already got me starstruck.
Mr. Anderson. There was one show.
Oh, Mr. Anderson, I remember him. It was funny.
There was one show we did at the. One show we did at the Odeum, and they just brought in like DX, Mr. Anderson. Who else did they bring in? There's so many names they brought in, and it was just it's cool like growing up watching it as a fan, and then you're doing it, and then now you're in the ring with these guys, sharing a locker room with these guys, and just seeing how everything was done in WWE with these guys. It's so fucking cool.
I mean, but think about what that says about you, because that means you're a caliber wrestler, because they're putting you there. Obviously, you're under a promotion, and your job is to perform and bring people in, right? So your performance has to be just as good. You know what I'm saying? What does that say about you? You're in the ring with great talent, or I mean, they're past their time, obviously now, but I mean, they're still like their knowledge of the game is unmatched. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. They still teach now. I mean, Billy Gunn is still wrestling in AEW, and his son is wrestling in AEW. I think Road Dogg was part of
Road Dogg is actually a part of NXT
or whatever. Yeah, he's like a behind the scene person. Who else did you say? Honky Tonk Man, legend, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You also said Rhino. Rhino, he went through hell and back. I mean, ECW was rough.
Right. Oh, man. Dude, I don't even, that wasn't even wrestling. That was just brutality. God. That was just straight brutality.
Oh, you got to say it right. It's not, oh my God, it's...
You got it. You're the one
that you got that Joey Styles voice.
I don't do it. Maybe it'll come out at some point.
You got that Joey Styles voice?
You got the higher pitch voice than I do.
Good. I do a great macho.
You do not do a great macho, man. Please, though. I will turn off your microphone. Oh, God.
We also had his brother on the show one day, Lanny Poffo. We had him on the show one day. Yeah, one time. Yeah. Like I said, it's just cool, man. To and then independent wrestling is just like independent filmmaking. You're making little to no money at all, but it's just
you do it for the love of it.
It's all about the passion.
Right.
It's all about the passion, man.
Right.
It's all about the love of it, man. I mean, I've been doing it, like I said, 12 going on 13 years, and I'm still making little money, but it's just I still got that love and that passion.
At that point, it doesn't matter,
right?
You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you make $5. You're doing something that
I love.
You love to do.
What's the travel like?
The travel, well, like for me, like I stay local, but you got guys that they do travel, all around the U.S. They drive everywhere just to wrestle for all these different promotions, But me, I mean, ever since I got married, had kids, I just kind of chilled out a lot with wrestling,
This is basically like Illinois, Wisconsin,
Yeah, it's
Indiana.
Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana. Yep.
And it's a big. There's a lot of stuff around here.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
as funny,
Midwest,
you know,
of
Midwest
course.
has always been pretty big for wrestling around here. So I
definitely.
mean, you could definitely make a name for yourself. I mean, CM Punk made a name for himself around here.
See, but even right now, like I'm not even at the point where I'm trying to make a name for myself anymore. Now I'm just trying to have fun for the next few years I got left of wrestling. You know, because
I mean, nowadays you can wrestle till you're like 70. Look at Ric Flair. Ric Flair's still trying to. He still wanted to do. I think he recently had tried to the doctor told him you couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
And he's still trying to do it. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, do you really you just want to die in the ring here? Like, what the hell? Like, somebody wrestling need to let it go. Like, I think Jeff Hardy needs to let it go. He doesn't. I mean, he's still decent, but he's not nowhere near what he was when he was younger. Matt Hardy slowed down a little bit, but like Edge is still fucking doing it. I don't know why. He just wants to get hurt.
Man.
He had spinal fusion. Yeah, he's spinal fusion surgery.
You know what though? I got to give it to him, man. After missing 9 years, he came back. He didn't miss a beat though.
Yeah, he still looks
9
good.
years? Has it been that long?
He looks good.
And he's actually, when he came back, he was in better shape than he's always been, even the whole time.
But when do you? I mean, you're a wrestler, right? So I mean, at what point do injuries kind of like? Do you really? I know the drive is always there to do it, right? Because I play sports, I play basketball, like, and I had knee surgery or whatever. But there's still this nagging fucking thing that says I want to keep playing, right?
Exactly.
At some point, I'm gonna have to tell myself, you know what, that's it, because I'm not gonna be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, injuries now are not easy for me to get over. You know, I busted my finger two and a half months ago. Still fucking hurts. I can't get over shit. So like, at some point, we all got to stop. You know what I'm saying? You're 30, 36?
I'll be 37 in
Oh,
August.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, wrestling, you can get away with it, kind of.
You can, kind of, you know, like obviously, you know, now, like, you know, my style of wrestling is different. Now I keep
You're
things
a brawler
very,
now.
I keep things very basic, very, you know, so that way I'm not taking too many bumps and, you know.
So you were a high flyer at one point?
Not crazy, but, you know, I did do, you know, a lot more than what I'm doing now, as far as like you know, like moveset wise and all that, you know. But I just keep things kind of basic now. Just
so what's your biggest spot? What's the biggest thing you did?
The biggest thing I did.
Hey, did you jump off a ladder into tables that were outside and all that stuff?
I took a
Looking for a signature move here.
I took a power bomb off the top of the cage and landed on my neck.
Get out!
And I got knocked unconscious. I took a power slam off the top of the cage. Fucked up my rib. Fell off the top of the ladder through a table. Fucked up my neck.
God.
So that's all right. I'm kind of.
How long did it take you to bounce back from that?
Man.
That's for everyone who says wrestling is fake. There you go. It ain't fake.
Right, exactly.
Injuries ain't fake. Medical reports ain't fake.
Hell no, they ain't fake. That's
I'm here scared of taking a chop from Ric Flair. And this guy's fucking.
He's jumping off top of the cages and stuff. That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's like that takes a special type. I wouldn't do it.
Right.
I wouldn't do it.
You know, but I mean, it took me like a few weeks just to to get back to it. You know, but it was. But I mean, those are injuries I still feel to this day.
Right. I mean, I'm assuming those things are never.
No.
Like, it's the same thing with me. Like with knee surgery, for the rest of my life, I'm gonna have this nagging knee at some point. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, arthritis or whatever the hell I get.
And I've had 2 ACL surgeries, so I got screws in my right knee, and for so many years putting more weight on my good knee. Now both my knees are just fucking shot.
Oh, you know what? I'm kind of the same way like that now too. So I had surgery on my left, and now my right one's starting to pop more, and it's in more pain because obviously you compensate. You compensate, right? It's trippy, man. It's trippy.
This guy's such a pussy. He's wearing a Daredevil shirt and he won't do anything.
I'll still go play basketball anytime you want.
I'm not talking about no basketball.
If you want me to jump into a wrestling ring with him, I'm not going to do it.
I want you to fucking try a moonsault or something.
Oh God, I would just literally jump and land on my back. I wouldn't need. The only way I would probably be able to do that is if it had like a diving board attachment, and they could be able to freaking flick me off.
And a big stump pad on the underneath.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
That would be a real fucking. Oh my God!
There it is.
There it is.
It's not as loud, but there it is.
There it is. Enough of that applause. All right, so I've gone to a couple live WWF things. All right, so I've seen. You know how the rings are mic'd and how bouncy their ring is or whatever. You ever been in a WWF ring?
I haven't been in it, but I've seen it. You know, I've seen.
How different is it from yours? Is it different or roughly the same? Is it
it's
the same spring?
I mean, our ring there is no spring. It's just poles and like steel bars and then just boards across it.
So it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Oof. That just made me not want to wrestle even more.
With a mat that's like 2 inches thick.
Ah, jeez. That's crazy, man.
You know,
that's a crazy job. I mean, what's your 9 to 5? I get my ass kicked in the ring. I fall 100 times a day.
Right.
End up with a lot of back pain in the morning.
My back pain's horrible. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's gotten to the point where like I can't sleep on my stomach anymore because my lower back is arched a little bit, and it's just so uncomfortable.
But is it worth it for you? I mean, you have kids now, so obviously life changes a little bit when you have kids. I don't have kids, but I mean, I'm assuming it changes.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely. So as soon as I had,
do you regret any of it? I mean, do you still have a desire to keep going?
I know I do want to keep going, but looking back at it now, there's a few bumps. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have taken that bump. I probably shouldn't have taken.
You know what? But I feel like every wrestler probably has that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Stone Cold regrets taking a pile driver from Owen Hart. Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure everyone has it. You know. Oh yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of one of those like growing pain ones. Like everyone has that one. Like,
I was gonna say something stupid.
Say something stupid.
No.
Come on.
No.
Talk about pussies.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Because you are a pussy.
Thank you. Whatever.
Daredevil?
Okay. All right. We get it. Well, I'm definitely not as tough as you. Okay, we get it.
I'm not saying
a lot of love in this room.
Me and him been arguing for fucking since we were kids. So you're a tag team wrestler or you're a singles competitor?
So I'm a single competitor.
You're a single competitor?
Yeah.
Have you won any belts, anything like that?
Yeah, or? I've held the title a couple times. But like to me, I mean, I really don't care about titles. To me, a title is just a prop. It's something you just
but it's pretty cool to at least play with that. You know, I mean, also you're an actor, so
right.
like it's fun to be creative with something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would be excited at least. Maybe the first time. Mm-hmm. That's why I feel like whenever I watch like a professional, like when Eddie won the title for the first time, right? Mm-hmm. Like the way he celebrated with it, obviously he knew he was going to win it ahead of time. Yeah. But I'm like, that was probably his first time with the WWE. And
exactly.
You literally saw it, and I'm like, he was fucking like, we made it.
And you can tell, they even showed like the backstage after Eddie won. You know, you see him in the backstage where he's calling backstage when he's calling his wife, you know, and thanking her just for everything. You know, and he's crying. You know, so
I wonder, did you ever see that one time she botched
with the ladder match.
Oh my god! I wonder if he told her he loved it that day. Dude, there was a spot in that match, right, where she's supposed to come out and hand something to him or whatever, do something. And
she was supposed to push him off the ladder.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah, something supposed to happen. She's supposed to come out, and she doesn't come out. And Eddie's in the ring. He's pissed. He's like, "Where the fuck is Vicky?" And you could hear it. And I'm like, "Holy shit!" And then like maybe 2 minutes later, here she comes running.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you miss a spot like that? Like, you're probably the most important character. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? You have nothing else to do but this.
And you could tell because he had his hand up on that briefcase.
Oh, because he was there we go.
Just
that's
like
what happened.
Just like this. And you could just tell, you're just like taking his time. Like, where the fuck?
And I think who was he fighting? Who's he
Rey
wrestling?
Mysterio.
And he like knocked it over or something or whatever. And then he got mad. Yeah, he was like, where the fuck is Ricky?
And you could tell though, because you could tell he looked down at Ray. He said so. You could tell he's probably moved this fucking ladder.
Like, just do something because I look like an idiot. Fucking flicking at a belt. Yeah, I'm already all the way up here.
You don't know, the catering backstage, they had pizza and shit. She was stuffing her face.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe she was trying to get in between people yelling "excuse me" like she normally does. Okay, so you won a couple belts. You're a wrestler. What's your worst injury?
My worst.
I mean, did you say it? The one on the cage, right?
On the cage, yep. Where I took that fall.
Any good chair shots?
Yeah, I've had a couple good chair shots actually. I have most of the time I block it. You know, okay. Yeah, because I'm not.
You're not that crazy.
I'm not taking a.
It's not worth it. I mean, if you think about it, it's not worth it right now.
Right. You know, but I have taken a couple without my hand up. But you know, like you said, you know, I mean, you know, you go out there. Yes, is it predetermined? Yes. Is it? Do we know? You know, do we plan stuff out? Yes, but we feel everything that we're doing in there, and sometimes accident happen. You know, I took a knee drop one time where a dude actually came down and split my eyebrow wide open, and had 5 stitches on there, and I mean, just little shit like that. It just
so you got color the hard way then.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I know the terminology. I know the terminology.
And the funny part was that happened right because I was actually the champion that day, and I was dropping the title because my daughter was about to be born that week, so I was taking some time off. Okay, you know, so I was like, I'm gonna take a break.
Because you gotta lose on your way out. Yeah, you gotta lose on your way out.
Exactly, and you know, and this is our firstborn, so I'm like, I don't know what fatherhood is gonna be like, so I'm just gonna take a year off. And so I was dropping the title on the way out, and that's the match I got my eyebrow split open. So my very first picture with my first child, I got a black eye.
God.
Got a story to tell though,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. You can always say that story.
My daughter, my daughter's 9 now. She's a picture. Say, what happened to your eye? Wrestling, baby. That's what happened.
Hey, at least, man, you know what? I would have loved if my dad would have been a wrestler. That's something to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like he had the persona. He had the
my father,
the speaking thing.
He could have been part of the Hispanic announce table on WWF, but he has that radio voice. Oh my god, bro. He could be like JR, but like the Puerto Rican version.
There you go.
I kid you not. What's he doing working for FedEx? The fuck, he should have went to fucking WWF. He was like that, bro. He was weird. My dad was like literally like a radio host. He was born to do it, but he never did it.
Now I'm picturing it. Somebody getting power bombed on the desk from fucking the fucking steel cage, and he fucking
oh my god. All right, so we touched a little bit about your professional wrestling, right? So you're also an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I met you on the set of Concrete Rose,
right?
An all Hispanic film that's going to be coming out soon, directed and written by John
Villanueva. Yep, written and directed by John.
Got a lot of big names in there, including ours. We're big names. We're big names. Hell yeah. Not John. John's a little too. He's Puerto Rican, but he's a little too light to be.
I want to fit in that.
Are you Puerto Rican, really?
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Are you serious? 100%. Is that? No, it's not a joke.
It's not a joke. I'm serious. Everyone who comes here who doesn't know him literally has said that he's white.
Somebody accused me one time of being a fucking white something. It's a premises or some shit.
No, Joey's was funny. So we had a guest one time. He was here and he's gay. So he was like, we were talking about minorities or whatever. And then he was saying, I'm a double minority because I'm Hispanic and I'm gay. And then he was like, you wouldn't understand because you're the majority
from a white
perspective. And I'm like, hey, he's Puerto Rican. Wait a minute, he's Puerto Rican. He's like, no, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, but he's Puerto Rican. They'll let it fool you.
You're 100% Puerto Rican.
100%.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe you should just start saying you're white, bro. Your credit score might go up.
What?
Credit score might jump up like 10 points. I lost where I was going with this. So you're an actor. We were on set. You've been doing more than I did, but I remember when we had that big shootout thing, and I saw you were doing a like a fight scene, right?
A fight scene, yeah. And actually, the guy I did the fight scene with, he's actually my manager in wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why you guys were pretty. Yeah, because I was watching you guys. You guys look really. You guys done this before, you know what I'm saying? And it made sense because wrestling obviously makes sense. You're faking punching and whatever and da da da. So it makes sense. But what was your experience? Did you have a good time when you were filming that thing at the airport?
Oh man, I had a great time, and that wasn't my first time on set with Concrete Rose.
Oh, you were already.
I was already on set a few times with Concrete Rose, and I mean every set I've been on with Concrete Rose has always been a great experience.
I got killed my first time, so I don't think I'm coming back. I literally took a bullet to the chin, so I don't think I'm coming back anymore. Maybe a flashback scene or something.
I think I even punched you in the face, didn't I?
Did you punch me in the face?
Yeah, that was me that punched you in the face.
Was it you?
Yeah.
When I was in the chair?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God,
I don't remember. No, I was focused. I was in my scene. I was in my scene, brother. That was probably the best acting I've ever done in my life.
He lived my fucking dream, punching him in the chin.
Oh, it was. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I gave him a kick to the face. I sat him on a chair.
Yeah.
You can reach that high,
dude. No, because I was crawling on the. We could talk about this, right? Can we talk about this a little bit?
I don't know. Probably not too much. We'll just say I kicked him in the face and gave him a punch.
Well, we're not showing anything. I think John told me not to show anything. We won't go into super details. But he gave me a nice punch, kick, whatever. A few other guys beat me up, and then I died.
Sweet.
But I gave a pretty good performance, I think.
You did. You gave a great performance.
But that whole thing it's interesting, man. Like, I don't know about acting with you. Like, when did you start acting? When did you actually want to start it?
The funny part was that it was nothing that I actually really wanted to do. I started as a background actor, and I did it when the first season of Chicago PD, when they first started.
Okay.
And, you see all these ads that say, want to be an actor, background, whatever, And I saw when Chicago PD had first started, I saw that they were looking for background extras, for like gangbangers, stuff like that. So I was like, honestly, for shits and giggles, I was like, let me just check it out, send some photos of myself, and then they call me back to be background for as a gangbanger,
Of course, because that's all we get.
That's all we get. That's all we get. You know.
Yeah, that's all we get.
Yeah.
John, you're the one that can be a banker. You could be a banker.
I'll be the
John-
IRS guy.
Yeah.
John
You're
would
the
be
guy
the
that calls during the
gets
week
jumped
trying to
by
get
YouTube.
John would be the lawyer that sends the Hispanic.
Yeah, you're the one that's gonna fucking put us in jail.
The attorney general. Yeah.
So continue.
So then I did that, and like I said, I did it for shits and giggles. When they called me, I was surprised. Didn't think know much of anything because like I said, I never even thought about acting. So then when I get on set, and bro, once I call to action, I see these actors doing their thing. Instantly, I was hooked. Like I related it to wrestling, right away, and I was like, holy shit! I mean, this is fucking cool.
I mean, it must be kind of similar, right? I mean,
absolutely.
You're performing, right?
Absolutely.
Obviously in front of a live crowd, which is probably even worse because and you're in film. Cut, do it again,
right?
Or whatever. You must have an advantage because you perform in front of people, which to me is
just
a whole different type of.
It's just one take.
Yeah, it's like stage. I'm terrified of fucking stage.
Yeah,
Stage scares the shit out of me.
Have you done it before?
I've never done an actual production, but I mean, I've done some of my classes that I've taken are for theater. So like obviously being on the stage or whatever, but not in front of a crowd. I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think that's not me. Like I'm easily I easily start laughing, or if I mess up, I'm like, oh, no, I can't do it. That's just not.
I actually want to try stage.
I think people that could do that have a special talent.
I want to try it. I've been wanting to try it. Yeah.
Try it, go for it.
I know. Now that even after the whole before COVID, I had thought about it. Obviously, COVID hit, and then they stopped they stopped everything. So now that everything's opening back up, thinking about doing it.
Absolutely. I mean, I just finished a class of. It was more theater oriented. It was from Black Box. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
I have heard of them. How is it? Yeah.
It's more for theater.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't beneficial for me, but it's more geared towards theater. So if that's what you want to, if you want to go towards, that's everything you need to go to. I liked it because it made you think of acting in a different way.
Okay.
They go after the Meisner technique and all that. It's like a custom Meisner technique. It makes you look at, using your whole body as everything, which on stage is different than being in camera, because on camera you see what you see on here, and it's like, okay, really you're just doing everything on your face. You're not really physically doing much. But it was really cool. It was really cool. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be going back. I might at some point, but I need to look for a little more camera. That's just me, because I'm more of a camera actor than I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, for as far as like stage, I just want to do it just to experience it, just to try it. See what it's like.
That's good, man. I don't know. I can't.
Fearless.
He jumped off a fucking cage, bro. Come on, I can't do that shit.
I'm terrified of fucking heights. So when I'm,
there's a famous wrestler that I know who it is. They were talking about Devon Dudley one time, and they were saying that Devon Dudley is like terrified of heights, yet he's been in ladders and chairs. But I think there was a part that he was saying it was him and maybe it was Matt Hardy or Christian. They were having this interview and they were looking at one of the TLC matches, and they're both hanging from the thing, and he's like, Christian is saying like, oh, you were just yelling him out, let's get the fuck down, off this thing. Like he was just terrified. I don't get it. How could you be terrified of heights and still do it? Like, I don't know if it's the adrenaline, maybe. That's what helps.
It's definitely adrenaline.
I can see that.
It's definitely adrenaline because like I said, when I took that bump off the top of the cage, before the show, I climbed on top of it. And once I would shit my pants when I was sitting like, fuck, man. Really
you ever pull a CM Punk and actually shit your pants?
No.
Did you know CM Punk did that?
It doesn't surprise me that CM Punk.
Oh my God. He was lucky. He was lucky it was a taped SmackDown.
And he said it was wearing white tights.
Man, he was lucky.
What a time.
Here's the thing. It was at a time where he was supposedly taking a lot of meds for a lot of pain. Right, so he was taking a bunch of like Z-Packs or whatever, and then he was shitting a lot or whatever. So he's in a ring with Dean Ambrose or whatever, and I think he takes like a something or whatever, and you see it for a brief second. It just starts to he moves his leg to cover it up, and then the frame flips because it was taped, so they just covered it up. But I'm like, I wonder what the hell they did.
Would you prep for that? Like, wouldn't you wear like a diaper?
He couldn't control it. He couldn't control it.
That's why you wear a diaper.
But then it looks like you're wearing a diaper.
I don't care. I'd rather people see a diaper than shit, right?
Sure. But I mean, it wasn't like it was on purpose or whatever. It just kind of just happened. But I thought it was a pretty amusing thing.
He probably did that for his first fight in the UFC too.
What? He probably shit himself?
Shit himself.
He got his ass. Well, look, at least he tried that.
You know what? A lot of people dogged him for that, for leaving wrestling, join MMA, and then fucking
number one guy.
But you know what? He said, I give you credit to leave your craft that you've always done and to step in, to
something you have no idea what you're doing.
I mean, he got trained, I guess, but
training, he didn't get trained long enough. I mean, he trained for like half a year. You know what I'm saying? For a fight.
Yeah, you're not gonna beat these young studs.
Here's the crazy part. The thing is, he got in it too late. He's too old for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting. The first guy he fought was
Mickey Gall. He was like 20.
And he was a nobody. Yeah. He was on that show that like where Dana White would go find somebody or whatever and saw him, and then like he was a nobody and he couldn't even beat him. Then they give him Mike Jones or something like that. Whatever.
Mike Johnson.
Mike Jackson. He fights Mike Jackson and he gets beat up by him too, and he was a nobody.
Well, these kids are taking Taekwondo by the age of 6, 7.
Yeah. So I mean, it's unfair.
This guy probably didn't do that,
and he didn't have the advantage that Brock had.
Yeah.
Or Bobby Lashley or
just being a lot bigger than everybody
else.
And
plus Brock was a legitimate wrestler in college.
Yeah.
You know, and he was a football player. He's a great athlete. Bobby Lashley played football too. He was enormous though.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley,
oh my God, I saw him live. Holy shit. Yeah, I thought John was big. Oh my God, that dude is like just pounds and pounds and pounds of muscle. Oh, yeah. Like muscles upon muscles. Yeah, it's insane.
I met Batista before. Man, that this was before he left WWE and started acting. You know, when he was bigger. The guy was a fucking.
He's kind of slimmed down now.
Yeah,
he's a little more slim now.
Yeah, but yeah, this guy was a fucking animal. Like just
legit, right? That was a big name, right? That was a big name.
Yeah, like, holy shit. You know, and then I'm fucking 5'6". This guy's like 6'4". I was like, fuck.
Those are big. Those are mountains of men.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's this big dude. So let's go back. So we're acting. You want to get on stage. So then what was so you did some background for
I did background. I did background.
Where'd you go from there?
And then so I did background for a little bit longer, for another year or so, and then I wanted to pursue it, and then so I asked around people that I've met like on set, how do you get further into the business? You know, and they go take classes. You know, main thing first, take classes so you can get that experience, start doing short films, student films. So that's what I did. I started going to acting studio Chicago. Took some classes over there. I took I went to Second City.
Yeah,
did an improv class over there. Went to Blue Door, and I think now they're called The Forge. I took an on-camera class there. So I just started taking all these classes and all these different workshops, and started getting roles on student films, short films, independent films, building my resume up. You know, and yeah, now 6 years later, and yeah, now you know, trying to make somewhat of a name for myself in the acting world.
That's hard, right? Like, I mean, it's fun, right? Like, even if you get the smallest part, it's fucking fun. So like I got bit by it when I did a national Walmart commercial, like maybe 7 years ago, whatever it was. And I fell as backwards into it though. I wasn't even into acting. They just happened to be casting at the Walmart that I worked at.
Okay.
And they wanted real employees. So one day I was there. And I had to wait like 45 minutes to go to lunch. So I'm like, well, let me kill 45 minutes and I'll go audition for this thing. Even though I didn't think I was going to get it. So I auditioned, whatever. They called me. You're going to get a primary. I'm like, okay, cool. How much money are they pay me? Oh, they're going to pay you like $2,000. Okay, cool. Then the money starts pouring in because it's national. So you start getting revenue for that.
Yep.
Bro, I never seen money come into my account so fast in my life. I ended up in total like making like 45,000, almost 50 grand.
Are you fucking serious?
Wow. On less than 30 seconds.
No shit.
Ridiculous.
Now, were you the only one in that commercial?
No. So there was different versions of it.
Okay.
There was the national TV one. That one was all of the groups. So there was like, obviously you have to have diversity, right? So I'm the Hispanic. You have a group of twin African Americans. You have a white co-manager or whatever he was, and an Asian girl. Then we all had individual ones.
Was John the co-manager?
He would have been perfect for that role.
I'm thinking they should have paid you double because you can double as a Hispanic, Arabian, Middle Eastern, right?
A terrorist, apparently because of the beard.
No, I didn't say all that.
No, yeah, that's what you meant. That's what you meant.
Absolutely not.
So like when I did that, like that, I was like, man, this is fun. I mean, obviously the money was fun, but people do this, like, and this is, I mean, not that it's easy because it's not easy, right? Like acting isn't easy. I will tell you firsthand, and you understand. Acting isn't just, oh, you're just doing something. No, it's not like that. You have to kind of put yourself in that shoe, and you don't know what that shoe is. You've never been in that shoe. You kind of got to create this thing. I mean, not so much character because obviously we're novice at the situation, so we don't get we don't get parts where we have to create characters. We basically, the character's already there. We're just putting ourselves in that shoe.
Right.
But you have to make it your own, and I think that's the toughest part.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I get a script, reading it is not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Making it sound normal, like it's coming out from you,
Mm-hmm.
right? How you say things. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know if you find that challenge.
No, I know what you mean. Like, like you said, it's, I mean, to me, like acting is not acting. It's pulling out your real emotion from it.
Yep.
That's what it is.
And that's the tough part.
Yeah.
Trying to get to the core of what the words mean and this and this.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Like you got to actually feel what you're saying. You can't. You can't just.
John, do you feel what you say?
No.
No, that's not. You're like totally gone on it.
Blank faced.
God.
No, don't worry, John. I actually got a bone to pick with you about something.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I heard. It's about Rock versus Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I heard you talk shit about my boy The Rock, man. That ain't cool as shit.
The Rock.
Man.
Ooh.
The former Rock. He's like what is he now? He's fucking.
He's the highest paid actor. That's what he is.
Hold on. But let's talk
but-
about that for 1 second. I was a huge Rock fan. I still am a huge Rock fan, right? If he comes into the wrestling ring, I'm watching.
But I liked him too.
Hold on. But here's my thing. Do I think he's a great actor?
No, he's not.
He's not a great actor.
Right, no.
He's good at what he does, right? And he and Arnold Schwarzenegger, to me, fall in the same category. Because Arnold was not a great actor.
No.
He was good at what he did,
Right.
which was be a big dude, have his accent and his personality, but he's not necessarily a good actor.
Right.
The Rock falls in the same category. This guy refuses to agree. He thinks Arnold Schwarzenegger is an Oscar winner compared to The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
I think The Rock's better than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think so too, because at least you could understand
In
them.
my opinion.
Shameless plug.
You know.
Shameless plug.
In my opinion, that's just me.
See, John, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, my beef with him is don't say you're getting ripped and swole with hard work. Come on, you're taking steroids.
He
Come on,
probably
just
is,
admit it,
and that's
I'll be
okay.
fine with
Listen,
you.
but that's okay. You got to understand that he does not
It's
take a
also
drug
okay
test.
if you admit it.
Why does he have to admit it? Just for your gratification?
Yeah.
Why? Who the hell are you?
Because I want to hear it from his.
Did Arnold
lying
admit it
fucking
after?
mouth.
Did Arnold admit it when he was doing?
Yeah.
No, he admitted it way after the fact, after he won a shit ton of stuff.
No.
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 So why was he able to? Why was he able to
Say
compete
it,
then?
Rock.
Because he's totally listening to our podcast.
Is that your beef with it?
Yeah.
That's your beef with him because he's not saying he's on the
Yeah.
sauce.
Come on. Don't fucking.
So if he goes out tomorrow and says that he's on juice, you'll be a fan.
Don't fucking piss down my back and tell me it's raining. Come on.
Godly, you gotta let that go.
If we got beef, we can settle it. You get the tag team partner and Nacho and Esqueleto over here will fucking wrestle. Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I've watched so much wrestling and so much like behind the scenes stuff. I probably wouldn't look too bad actually doing it. You know, like if I
You're,
like to tie up with someone or whatever. No. I'm not saying.
I think I'd look horrible.
No. I'm talking about like the actual mechanics. Like if you did a tie up to a headlock and to a coming off the ropes and he ducks and I jump over or whatever. I feel like I could probably do that chain wrestling crap because I've watched it so much. I mean, if you tell me to fucking do some crazy ass, no, that's not gonna happen. First of all,
the chain isn't as easy as it looks.
no, but I'm just saying.
No,
I know it's not hard. I feel like I've
what you
seen
mean.
it so much where I kind of have the. If you explained it to me 20
Right.
times and showed it to me like 20 times,
Yeah.
I'll probably grab it.
Okay.
You know, and
Right.
I'm a kind of a quick learner. But those are one of those things like I've seen it so much. Like not that you know how to do it, but you know what comes next. So like here we go. You're gonna tie up. Somebody's gonna go flip the arm around, go behind the back, go to a headlock, whatever. He's gonna push off. He's gonna come out. He's gonna throw himself on the floor. You're gonna jump. Like the chain is kind of embedded, right?
Right.
Obviously the technical part of it is
Right.
different, right? But I feel like I wouldn't look horribly bad.
Yeah.
That's just me though. That's just me. I don't know, John. What do you think?
I think
So you try it on John. I'll tell you what to do, and then you try it on him.
You wouldn't let me, man. This dude would never.
he'll probably throw me into the turnbuckle and try to do fucking Rikishi fucking.
A stink face.
I want no part of it.
Oh my god. So let's go back to acting for a few more minutes because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
Right?
So then, where were we at? We were at the.
So did you went to Second City? I know a lot of people went to Second City. They say it's really good. But I never went to Chicago Actors.
Acting Studio Chicago.
I never went there.
It's good, real good school. I liked it a lot. I took like the 4 core classes there. Yeah, I liked it, man. I think it's something you should definitely check out. I went to It used to be called Blue Door. I think now it's called the Forge. It's I did an on-camera class over there, and yeah. So far, I've taken a bunch of workshops, different acting workshops, like monologue workshops, on-camera workshops, film workshops, just a bunch of different workshops.
Just learning, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, monologues are weird. So my first school that I went to a school called Chicago Actor Studio.
Okay.
I don't want to say I recommend it for everybody, but I mean, it was cheap, and that's where I first started.
Right.
And they were more on, they would teach you more stage and whatever. They would always give us monologues.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, and I did a what did you just say?
Improv?
No. It's a type of class, but it's like a one-time thing.
On camera?
Damn it, you just said the word and I can't think of it. Whatever, it was a class.
Monologue class?
Something. Okay, sure. Whatever. I took this class with this actor, and he basically was like, why do you guys do monologues? You don't need monologues. Because 90% of movies, no one does a fucking monologue.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you doing monologues in your demo reels when that's not what you're going to do? Right? If you're going to do a demo reel, in my opinion, and I agree, do a scene. Because that's what you're going to do, right? And when you actually get a part, you're not going to stand there and do a monologue from freaking Shakespeare or whatever. You're going to do a scene.
Right.
So do a scene. Obviously, don't do a scene don't do the Dark Knight. Don't do the scene from right there where it's because obviously no one's going to believe you because you're just going to be copying whatever Heath Ledger did. Exactly. And rightfully so, because he's the best Joker ever. John?
He is. Yeah. He is. I think he is.
He's a Joaquin Phoenix fan. Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin did great. I won't deny it. He did great, but honestly, I think Heath Ledger did. I like that him as a Joker way better.
And I'll stand by what I said when we were talking about last time about this. If you would have gave Heath Ledger the rated R label and the script or the type
he wouldn't have done it better.
Oh my god,
he was more cartoony.
That was because he was told to do it. Understand what I'm telling you. Direction.
I understand, but no, if they would switch roles, it wouldn't be as good.
You wouldn't even need to.
Ways.
Just think about if Heath Ledger's Joker would have been able to actually really like kill people. He killed one or two people. Right. But it wasn't even shown or his reaction to it. Like they even deleted one of the best reactions. There's a scene where he blew up the hospital. Right. So there's a deleted scene when he gets on the bus and the bus drives off. Right. And he's just there and the camera's looking at him and he has like no reaction to it. He doesn't even look back. He doesn't even realize that it's going on. It's so impactful. And it's
I saw that scene. Yeah.
Even stuff like that, we couldn't even see. You get what I'm saying? Because they deleted stuff. Imagine if you would have had the freedom like they did with the Joker movie.
Deleted it. It must have not have
that
been
movie.
That good.
Mind you, that movie was almost 3 hours at a time where 3 hour movies were not big.
Yeah.
Mind you, The Dark Knight is a pretty old movie.
Yeah.
Right now, it was like 2009. No, more than that. We can look it up, John. Look it up.
7-6.
But I remember there was a scene, like the only reason I say it's really old because like I remember when Lucius Fox gives Bruce Wayne that phone. It's like a bar phone, Nokia, and I'm like, oh my god, those are old. Like, we're so far removed from that shit. Like the phone was probably like yay big with a little ass screen. Square. I'm like, oh my god, like, what? We're so far away from that. That makes me feel really old.
Right, I know.
I mean, geez, you guys are about the same age, and we're all about in the same vicinity. But like, God, I feel old sometimes. So for me, like, I did the commercial that made me want to do it. So then I started taking classes just because I wanted to try. Now this was, mind you, like 5 years, 6 years after. I just figured, you know what, I'll try it. If I fail at it, I fail at it. Whatever. All I've lost is school money, but whatever. No big deal. At least I could tell myself I tried, right? Because I think that's a lot of things. A lot of people can't say that.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have dreams and ideas, and they don't ever go with it. Like all this stuff is all kind of ideas, and I'm like, you know what? I spent money.
Oh yeah. Oh, you could tell.
I've spent money, or we've spent money, but we're doing what we wanted to do.
Right.
Even if we get one subscriber, which we've jumped up a shit ton right now.
Yeah. Can I quit my job?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. Let's get over 2,000 and we get monetized, and we'll start thinking about retiring. I did that, whatever. I took some classes, and then I did some BG for Chicago PD or whatever. Then I got my agent. When I got my agent, then you start getting, a couple more gigs that are a little more, high tech. I landed my first one not too long ago, and I recorded it last week. Can't talk too much about it, but I had an Oscar winner in it.
Congrats, by the way.
That was. Dude, and I had a few words with him.
Yeah.
and he talked about what he's done in the past and how he started and all that. Like the greatest thing, the thing I'm gonna remember from this, he told me, I was in your shoes once.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep doing it. Mm-hmm. Eventually, you get better. You'll get opportunities. Like that's gonna stick with me.
Y'all actually had a convo.
Yeah, he was right there. He's right here. I had to talk to him, right? I'm filling up his car with gas, so I gotta.
Did he try to sell you farmers insurance?
No, we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about that.
Okay.
We also didn't talk about the Spider-Man stuff or anything like that either. No. So, but he was a pretty cool guy, man. And once I broke the ice with him, because he was kind of on his own thing, and I don't blame him. He's a professional. I'm a novice, right? Mm-hmm. So once I broke the ice with him, then we started talking, had a few laughs or whatever. Because most of our scene was kind of improvised anyway, so it was fun. It was a good experience. But now it's like, okay, where do I go now?
Right.
It's got to be better and better and better. I just did an audition a little earlier today. According to them, I did really well. I mean, they could be just blowing smoke, right?
Yeah, good luck with that.
But hopefully we keep going. And same thing for you, man.
I mean, I got my agent like almost 2 years ago.
Who you with?
Hayes Talent.
You were Hayes Talent?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, so and and I've been so close many times, just to land.
You get to like that first release and you're all excited or whatever. And they call you, they let you go. They released you.
Yeah, like fuck. But when you just kind of feel like it's right there, like you're about to land something, about to hit something. It's like I keep feeling that, like it's just right there, and hopefully it's not just.
You ready to take a big role, or you still want to get something small?
Shit.
You take whatever you get.
I'll take whatever I get.
You know what? I kind of don't want nothing big right now because it's intense in a way. Mm-hmm. Like the show that I did, they sent me the script for the first episode. Right, that fucking thing was like this, and I'm like, "Geez, if you're a main actor, I mean, you literally have like 90% of this is yours."
Yeah,
and it's like, damn, like sometimes I have a hard time memorizing 7 lines, let alone have a small novel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to take it baby steps at a time.
Yeah.
My career at least. So like I went from that Walmart commercial and then I built my path. I'm like, okay, I did the Walmart commercial. I did that. My next step was I'm going to give back on TV no matter what I do. So I did Chicago PD as an extra. I got a really good look in that scene, whatever. I'm like, cool, that's one goal. Next goal, get an agent. Got that. Next role, get booked for something significant. Got that. Oscar winner, got that. You know what I'm saying? Work with an Oscar winner. Just constantly going and going and going and going. And it's like, it's fun. It's such a fun thing.
Like to me, like one of the big things I got, and it was, I mean, it's nothing like huge, but when that show Chicago Justice came out, it was.
That was the one season. The one with Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Well, what's his real name?
Man,
dang it!
I'm drawing a blank now because I had
Carl
Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Weathers,
That's it.
And John Seda, who played Antonio in Chicago PD.
Yeah, Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Well, I did I was in the commercial for it, and it was where John Sada's chasing me down and he's arrested me. And, once I did that, man, it was so much fun. Where it's like, man, I just want to keep doing this. It's so much fun.
Right. Like you just want to get better at it. I mean, obviously, like again, I'm a realist. I kind of keep myself kind of down here. I know John probably doesn't believe it, but I keep myself very down here. Like I don't ever say I don't even like telling people I'm an actor.
Yeah.
I don't really say it. Technically we are, because we get paid to act. Technically we are, but I don't like saying that because I mean I'm a nobody. I'm trying to learn how to be an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Carl Weathers, you know what his biggest role was, right?
Apollo
shaking
Creed.
Hands with Arnold Schwarzenegger in fucking The Predator.
Oh yeah, he was in The Predator. I forgot. Yeah, he was in The Predator.
His biggest role.
No, it wasn't.
You were Arnold.
You think that was better than Apollo Creed?
Yeah, Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. Get the fuck out.
Are you kidding me? You talk about Sylvester Stallone and Rocky were basically. I mean, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger were kind of on the same.
No, they weren't.
What?
No.
What?
I think so.
No.
Really? They were both like action star.
Yeah, of course. There was
1 and 2. No, they were like 1 and 2.
Why not throw Van Damme in there?
But they weren't the same. It wasn't the same caliber.
No,
Van Damme wasn't the same caliber.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was Arnold, Sylvester, and then Van Damme.
I think if we went on a poll right now, a lot of people would flip those and vice versa. Like it would be a neck to neck. Yeah, it would be like I could go either way.
Now Sylvester's up there. He surpassed him.
What do you mean Sylvester's up there now?
Um,
Why? Because he
he's
still
made
films more.
relevant movies now.
Yeah, but he's still the same guy. It's not like he's he's not an amazing
But back
character
then you wanted
either.
Arnold. You didn't want Stallone.
Really? I feel like it could go both ways, bro.
Back then, yeah.
I feel like it could go both ways.
I think something like Judge Dredd was better than
You could have.
Terminator.
Here's the thing. You could have flipped.
No.
But you're comparing your. See, that's not even fair, John. You're comparing.
it is.
You're
It's
comparing.
my comparison.
Wait. You're comparing Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Yes.
greatest film
Yes.
to one of the worst ones that Sylvester Stallone made. That would be like saying, can you swap out Sylvester with Arnold in Rocky? How stupid would that look?
Right.
It would look stupid.
Arnold's the best.
Can you give me a little bit of Arnold, then say Adrian or something.
No.
Come on, man.
If Arnold said,
Arnold said like maybe I found Apollo, maybe I won't.
cut me, Lou. Cut me.
And it's Mick, bro. It's
Oh,
cut me Mick.
See? I don't know. Fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
How many times do you do that voice to yourself?
Oh, all the time.
Do you do it when you're
It's
lifting
really
weights or
sad.
something?
Yeah, I talk to myself all the time.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger?
You know that monologue you were talking about? I could do a whole movie just talking to myself. I'm really weird like that.
Oh, you know what? I don't think it's weird to talk to yourself.
No.
I think I do it as an actor more because obviously I'm practicing lines and I'm trying to, think
Yeah.
of stuff or whatever. And I
No,
think it's just easier for
the
me to say it out
amount
loud.
I do it. It's really fucking.
People at work must think I'm fucking crazy because there's times that in the morning I'm usually by myself on my site for like the first 3 hours, and if I gotta audition or whatever, I'm constantly like saying my audition, and then people walk by and I'm, what the fuck's this guy's problem? He's over here yelling and shit. The fuck? But I'm supposed to be by myself. But I mean, it is what it is.
So I'm by myself most of the day at work, which is good. So
No, man, you know what? It's exciting, man. Like I love getting auditions. I love, even though I haven't booked too many. I got really close for Chicago PD once. The one I booked, actually, I did with him. He helped me with that audition, surprisingly, because he sucks at helping me with auditions. John, you just can't. You just can't read lines, bro.
Sure, I can.
No,
You don't like the way.
next time,
I'm trying to sound like a robot to make you sound better.
Next
I'm
time, do it
trying
in
to-
the Arnold voice.
Yeah,
Oh,
hey,
he hates Arnold.
I don't hate Arnold. Maybe
it'll
that'll
work?
piss me off. If I
Well,
have an
let's say
angry
if
scene,
you-
it'll piss me
yeah.
off.
All right, we'll do that
There
next
you go.
time.
There you go. Because I kid you not, one time I'm doing lines with him. Right? That sounded weird doing lines with him.
Yeah,
We don't do lines. I'm doing he's doing sides with me, and he keeps messing up.
Mhm.
I don't care if you mess up, right? Because I'm gonna catch it. Right? I'm gonna catch you. You just keep going,
Right.
right? That's how it is. And if you mess up, you keep going. You keep going until the director says fucking cut.
Right.
Right? No matter if you have to make it up, pull it out of your fucking ass. You keep going until they say cut. This guy, he flubs one line or a word, and he just gets mad. He just starts like punching his thigh, and I'm like, dude, that was a good take. Just keep fucking going. Who cares? Like, fuck it, just keep going. But I gotta obviously give him props because he helps me out a lot. I don't have too many people that live around here, so like, yeah, I'm assuming the same thing for you.
Right.
I mean, if you have your wife,
I'm in the suburbs, man. Everyone I know in part of the acting industry is all in the city.
it's hard to find someone.
Yeah,
I need a guy to help me out with lines or whatever.
Dude,
It just sounds so bad to say. Right? Help me out with lines.
Call Scarface.
Oh my god!
So usually it's my wife. Dude, I've even had my 9-year-old read for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she read better than John? Probably.
Well, I'll tell you what though. One of the auditions I had for Chicago PD, my 9-year-old was my reader, and I got a call back.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! It's all
She
about
might be the actor once it's all said and done.
Probably.
Yeah, and you know what? I wish I would have took it up when I was younger.
Me too. Now that I'm in it,
You know?
I wish I would have done it. I wish I would have known that I loved it as much as I do now, because I would have jumped in it. Long
Yeah,
time
me
ago.
too. If I would have, I always thought when I was a kid, like actors were, yes, they're special, right? The main ones are really special. But it's like anything. I mean, you learn how to do it, and if you're good at it, you excel at it, right? But you have to try to do it. And then in my mind, as a young Hispanic, Puerto Rican growing up in the early 2000s or late 90s, our goal was, okay, we're gonna go to high school, get out of high school, we go to work so we could buy stuff. It wasn't like, damn, I really want to make a career or whatever. Like my sister's obviously she has her master's and all that. She's a teacher and she did the whole 9 yards. With me, like I think with guys is a little different. Right. Like we see our fathers and our fathers break their backs to put food on the table. So what's our first thought? we got to go to work.
We gotta go
I
bust
hear
our ass.
nobody say follow your dreams at all.
Yeah,
Ever.
I mean, yeah, like I
No.
mean, it's funny.
No.
It's funny, and then even nowadays, even now, like I'll go talk to my dad, and he'll be like, man, I'm doing all this acting, whatever. He's like, they let you do that at work, like. You're okay at work. Like you need to have this job. Like you need to make sure you still have this job. Like I'm like I can make a lot more money over here.
Yeah.
You're telling me to stay over there, but that's more stable. Like you got to make sure to stay there. But it's a whole different mentality. Like I think now, whenever I have kids, it's gonna be different. Like you tell them, you do what you want to do.
Right.
If you want to act, go try to act. If you want to play basketball, go play basketball. Do whatever you want. Like don't worry about working until you're out of high school. Because I was already working when I was like 16 years old.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like
yeah.
and then I missed a lot of stuff. You know, like you only have 4 years of high school. You have so many years of school. Like go do that, then go work.
Right.
If you could live off me until you're 18. After 18, go fuck yourself. But you know what I mean.
No, yeah, I get you.
But acting's fun, man. Like just creating
It's
stuff.
it's so much fun, man. Because like you were saying, you know, you get to dip into a character that you know, that's. I guess like I said, I always relate it to wrestling. When I'm wrestling, I walk out the curtain, I'm a totally different person. You know, I walk back to the curtain.
Someone you're not.
Huh?
You get to be something you're technically not.
Right,
And
exactly.
it's free.
And then
And
when
you
you're-
get to do it for like
Yeah.
it's a freedom to it. You could be a dick. You could be a jerk. You could be nice. You could be stupid. You could be romantic.
Right.
So many things you can be.
That's right, with acting the same thing. You can be just, you know, once they yell action, you're not you. You're into this character, and you know, and once they call cut, then back to being you.
Yeah.
You know,
You know
to
what?
me, that's fun. You know, I have a lot of fun doing that. You know, you said it. You know, and yeah. So I'm just hoping, you know, I get a role coming up soon.
We'll get. Well, I believe we're gonna get something. You too, brother. I believe you're gonna get them. You got a good look. Obviously, we can always fall back to the whole Hispanic gangbanger thing, and John can fall back to the lawyer, or the banker, or the guy with the white picket fence. No,
No,
okay, that's a little too white.
I'm
for
not
you.
acting at all.
The white supremacists, though. You said.
Why do you find? Why do you?
Wouldn't that be ironic? Yeah.
Why don't you think you can act? Just
Huh?
out of curiosity, why don't you think you can do it?
I didn't say I couldn't do it. I just have no want to do it.
Even though it comes with a lot of money.
I mean, if you're famous, it comes with a lot of money. Or I mean,
You make
but-
a good amount of money for what I did.
What do you mean?
I did what? Okay, so I took
but
6 hours.
I'm not gonna go through all that stuff, taking headshots and doing this.
I mean, there's a
and that.
process to everything, isn't there?
Gotta invest in yourself.
Not in that
John,
way.
I was making about $275 an hour.
Holy shit.
That's a lot.
I know. Let me get that 3 times a week,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm good for the rest of my life.
Now your dad's gonna be fucking pissed at you.
¿Para qué dejaste el trabajo? Condenado. Si te estoy diciendo. Ahí tenía beneficio y todo. No, man, it's fun, and it's an interesting, and I love all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you told me you're going to you're doing a short film. I did a short film. You know, behind the scenes also interests me. Like when I was on set on that show, the mass of it is obviously a lot bigger, right? Because obviously it's similar kind of to what we're doing here, but times 20, right? But like the cameras interest me, you know, composition interests me, story interests me, you know, angles, all this stuff kind of guts into my head, and it's like it doesn't want to fucking go nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
What goes somewhere is my money, but still, that's beyond the point, right? We're doing it for good reasons, right? I don't know about you. I mean, so you're writing a short,
Yeah.
right?
I wrote it, writing a short. I actually wrote it already. We're going to be filming it in 2 weeks.
You're gonna have open call.
What's it? If
I can have a part, right? I mean, I brought you on the show, right?
Man, bro, I already got.
I'm kidding.
I already got everyone casted.
You're booked already. Okay, cool. That's fine. John can't get a part. Lawyer, nothing.
No.
Security at least.
Oh, God, no.
I'm kidding. Continue.
the white racist neighbor. I'm calling.
There we go.
I got
That's the
you.
one. That's
I'll
it
take
right there.
It pays. I'll take it.
No, it's not paying. It's not paying, brother.
Oh,
Hey, bro.
This is for the love of the game right now.
Exactly.
Think
I
about
gotta
it.
think about it then.
So you're writing a short. You wrote your short.
Yeah, I wrote my
You
short.
got your cast. You're getting started pretty soon. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we're gonna start it in 2 weeks. It's gonna be a weekend shoot. We're filming in 2 days. It's
You're gonna film the whole thing in 2 days?
yeah. It's
Wow.
yeah.
That's impressive. It has taken me almost 6 months to do it. It's because I haven't had time.
You got
know?
like a ragtag group of people.
That's true. That's kind of what we were talking about. Like, you got to have people that are into it,
right?
For them to be dedicated to it.
Do you have people that are into it, or people?
I have an actress that's an actress and she's into it. But at the same time, then I hired like my other stars are friends of mine.
Okay,
they're not actors.
So they're not actors.
They're not actors.
Right,
so I mean,
right.
I gotta be flexible for when they're available. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not really into it, and I understand.
Right. What all the actors I got are actors. And same thing. They love it. They're in it because they love the game and trying to perfect their craft, trying to get better. So I was lucky to find. I knew them, but when I made the roles, I knew who I wanted for them. And they all gladly accepted, and they're all excited for it. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it. Yeah. I'm not even in it. I'm excited for it. I like watching people's stuff. It kind of motivates you to do stuff.
Right.
Even if it's bad or it's good, like it motivates you to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's like like you were saying, like it's just something you want to do. You never know if you don't do it. I've always wanted to write my own film. I've been wanting to do it for years. I never actually put the pen to paper. And one day I was like, well, screw it.
And that's something no one can take away from you.
Yeah.
Like you did it. You know what I'm saying? Even if not one person watches it, you did that. Like
Right.
That's something like I can take to my grave with me. Like I did a short, I wrote it, I recorded it, I produced it, I did all of it.
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna take that from you.
Right.
It's something you could be 100% proud of.
Exactly. Even if nothing comes out of it, at least like you said, at least I can say I did it.
Exactly.
And I'll have that, and I bet I did. I created all this, and I wrote it. This was my vision. I did it, and I had an awesome group of actors that helped me with it, and this is what we did. This is what we created, and I can say that I did it.
That's awesome, man.
Even like I said, even if nothing comes out of it,
I'm sure something will come out of it. I mean, even if it's even if it's demo reel footage that you can use for yourself, you know what I'm saying, or even for your co-actors or whatever. I mean, that's a benefit in itself. Like that's a win. You know what I'm saying? Because you have something you can show.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing too. When you're acting, when you're starting out, you have nothing to show.
Exactly.
You have pictures of yourself.
That's it.
And then it's hard for a company to take a chance on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to go do, you do independent films or you go and you do student films.
Mm-hmm.
And student films are hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're good. I just did one not too long ago. I did it because I was bored. But it was fun. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. It was funny. It was actually kind of funny experience. So like, have you ever been on set where like you're the experienced actor?
Yeah.
Is that weird for you?
It is weird.
That's a weird fucking feeling for me, right?
Yeah.
So like I had this kid working with me, right? And he was new. He's green. I mean, if I'm green, he's green as grass, right? And he's like, he's asking the director for all this, what do we want me to do? I'm like, dude, you gotta, at some point you gotta make a decision for yourself, right? And it was funny.
I could see the kid. Hey, Mr. Rivera, what should I do here? Any tips?
Kind of sounded like that in a way, kind of. But I mean, so like, and it's stupid things. Sometimes you gotta. It's when you learn in class. Some classes they'll teach you. You gotta move with an impulse, right? Because you gotta do something. You can't just stand there and do nothing, right? So like something like, and then I felt bad because the director goes, "Oh, that was great, like to me," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't really do anything." But so like there was certain things where like I had to sit down on a desk. There was a computer, and I'm talking to the kid. So like I did something simple where like he had the computer open, I fucking closed it and I moved it out the way so I could sit down. We had some money that I was supposed to take, and so I piled it up. I looked at the kid because he's like my nephew. And then I threw two stacks back. It wasn't in the script, but I threw it in there because I'm like, oh, he's family. Fuck it. I'm still mad, but here you go. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave you completely broke. But those are decisions, right, that you make in the moment, and that's what makes it real. Because in reality, how many decisions do we make instantaneously without even thinking about it? Right. So the kid it was kind of funny because he's just like, do you want me to do this? Just do it. Don't ask. Right. If they don't like it, they'll tell you to do it over. Just fucking do it. And it's something you learn with time. Yeah, obviously. Of course. But it felt weird to be like the
experienced
actor. I'm like, I don't even have experience like
everybody that. Everybody goes to.
It was weird. It was a weird feeling, because I was kind of the guy who knew the most, I guess. I don't know.
And it's like you said, like even like, there's films you jump, like you said, your film, you got, one actress that's really into it, and then you got others are your friends, and and I mean, kudos to you because you're working with what you got. You had a vision, you wrote your own film, you did everything, and you worked with what you got. You didn't have actors or actresses, you found one, and then you got people you knew to help you out, which is and I've been on films where same thing where people just bring on like friends, family that aren't actors, but they just bring them on to do it. But then you could tell, like they're not actors. They don't know what they're doing. And, it's kind of like, you kind of find myself like telling them not like how to do it, but just kind of like, asking, okay, well, if you were in this situation, how would you react? How would you really react? Like you as a person, what would you do? Okay.
I think people when people want to start acting, and mind you, I'm still a novice, right? I'm never going to say I'm not a fucking pro at this, right? Yeah. I think you have to learn to relax, right? You kind of have to, and this is where this helped me.
Yeah.
Right. So so one of the reasons I did this was because I wanted to get comfortable in front of the camera.
Right.
And I've gotten so comfortable where like, I don't like, if you watch our first episode, right? Our very first episode with cameras, we're just fucking sitting there still as hell, nervous as fuck, right? Yeah. But now it's like different. Like I don't even really I don't even notice the camera. It's like, it's whatever. I'll have this conversation all day. I have no filter, no nothing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm comfortable.
Right.
Right. You have to get that feeling, and it's funny because I was on set the other day, and mind you, it's this times 50, right? Big ass lights, whatever. I have an Oscar winner actor here, and I lost track of what was going on around me. And I love that feeling because you don't worry about it.
Right.
You kind of forget that the only thing I think I noticed was that the boom mic was like down here and the dude was like 20 yards away. So that stick was long as fuck. And then we were wired, whatever. I think that's the only thing I saw.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, you know what? This shit's helping me because I'm like, I don't worry about lights. And there's a bunch of people. There's people all over the place and whatever. I didn't see not one person. I didn't see a light. I didn't see the camp over there where they had all the monitors and shit. I didn't notice none of that. I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Like that's what I want.
Right.
I want to be so focused on what I'm doing where I don't see it. I just see whoever I'm with, whoever the other actor is.
Yeah.
Because that's what acting is, right? It's just you and somebody else.
Yep.
You guys are having this like dance, this battle, you know what I'm saying? And it was the coolest feeling. Yeah. And it actually worked. Having this actually helps.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
So where can people find you? Where are you wrestling? You have social media, anything like that? Anything you want to promote?
Yeah. Instagram, you could find me at Danny, DANNY Villegas, VILLEGAS 84. And on Facebook, just Danny Villegas.
Okay, cool. You got any wrestling stuff coming up?
We got July 3rd. We'll be at Bridgeview, Illinois, at the Bridgeview Park District. I know August 7th, at Fox Lake, American Legion in Fox Lake. That's all I know off the top of my head.
John, you want to check that out?
Check it out. We're gonna be wrestling, right?
Let's do it.
You could. Can I be the what was the guy with the bullhorn?
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart. Can I be Jimmy Hart? I'll be Jimmy Hart.
No, you're gonna be wrestling. It's gonna be Razor Ramon over here, the Blue Meanie, and Giant Gonzalez over here. Yeah,
the Blue Meanie. And yeah, man. Like I said, I got my filming my first short film that I wrote, and I'll be directing. And like I said, I have a handful of awesome actors. It's called Bloodbound. We're filming it in 2 weeks, and once that comes out, I'll be posting it out so everyone can check it out.
Absolutely. Let me know so I can promote it to my hundreds of subscribers that I don't have. Same thing here. I mean, I'm working on a short. Let's keep working, man. I mean, after this one, I want to do another one. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to get involved as much. Like I want to have someone who writes and whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, man, like we can do so much just us. And if like I have gear, the other people have gear. Like we don't have to pay for this shit. Like we can do it. I mean, it's so much fun.
It is fun. It's so much fun.
You just got to find the right group of people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I would definitely keep in touch with you. I don't know if you want to come back one day.
Fuck yeah, man.
This is kind of fun.
I'll come back.
This is kind of fun.
Hey, John, can I come back here with that?
Yeah, sure.
What you asking him for? I own this fucking show. I own this thing, but it's my show. Right, John?
I feel like I insulted his boy, Arnold, and he got mad.
Right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're not going to give us one more Arnold for...
I'm going to give you a Macho Man after this show.
Oh, God. You're lame. I think we're going to wind down. John, you're good?
Yeah.
Danny? Anything else you want to say at the end?
I'm good, man. I just want to thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's going to be our show for today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Everything we said is in our opinion. And if you don't agree with it, I got 3 words for you. Thanks for listening.